Ooh, that morning coffee. I need to fill this up. It's getting low. So this evening we're going to start a Dragonslayer campaign. I figured it'd be a good time to start doing a little deep diving on deep diving. I tend to not overthink stuff. It gets in the way of actually enjoying what you're doing. But Dragonslayer, me and my players are all big. Well, the current players I have are all big into doing dungeon delves and mega dungeons. I like mega dungeons. I'm pretty busy with family stuff, so I need something that's easy to open up and just get into the game. So mega dungeons work great, and the best mega dungeon designer out there right now, currently or ever, in my opinion, is Greg Gillespie, and he put out Dragonslayer this last year. And I have mentioned several times that I want to play Dragonslayer. I like it, and every time I do, I get weird pushback from the community. That's why I don't really give a fuck what people think most of the time. It's usually just, negative, or you don't like what I like, therefore it's dumb. Or you're getting a lot of the, oh, it's just another BX clone. Yeah. Well, I'm not saying you can't enjoy what you enjoy, but somehow we have to cast shade on what we're doing. Whatever, man. So you're constantly put in this position. What does it do that these others don't do? Blah, blah, blah. I just kind of like it. And I think the differences are subtle. I'll talk about it later. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to shrink my online presence. And I have been for a while, honestly. So I can focus on what I enjoy and do what I like, which is running games. Not just talking about them. Actually running them. A lot of people talk about shit, but they don't really do it a lot, right? So it is what it is. And just looking at it, had me thinking about it, it's a little bit more AD&D than most BX clones. It's not a true BX clone. It's a BX lot AD&D clone. It's that little sweet spot that I personally like, which I call BX or D&D 0.5, 0.75, and I like it. You get a little bit extra crunch, race plus class, which I prefer. I can do race as class, but most players like race plus class, and that's the main difference. Race as class is not really an option in there, for Dragonslayer at least. And the best version of a monk for a Eurocentric game that's ever been made. Period. A lot of people are like, just take that and put that in your Old School Essentials game. Well, hold on. Old School Essentials was a modern version of BX, and then they put out the Advanced to make it AD&D Light, and then they started working on Dolemwood and did jack nothing with the product. So the support that would have been there stopped. Just fucking stopped. It's like Labyrinth Lord was dropped. Stopped. The only reason Labyrinth Lord petered on for as long as it did was because of Greg Gillespie. So, forgive me for wanting to throw a few shekels towards someone who's actually in my same groove for running games and supports the product that they put out. Now, like Wretched, I can get an answer about the game from the game designer within 15 minutes to a day. Can any of y'all get that kind of response from any games you're playing? That answer is a fucking no. It's not. It's not. You don't. I don't mind having a small niche in the hobby. It doesn't bother me. It's a hobby. So, we're playing Dragonslayer, and we're going to start pushing Dragonslayer stuff. Because that's what we're running. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about what we're actually doing. So, yeah. I'm not going to talk about games that I don't actually play. Because I'm not playing them. I don't care. I have played BX, Basic, BECME, AD&D, 2E, 3E, 4E. I gave 5E a shot. Trash. And I come to the realization that I like the golden age of TSR for fantasy, period. And all your modern interpretations, all your new style gaming, all your new OSR stuff is like a bad laxative for me. It doesn't move me. It just doesn't. So, put me in my cruise plan, and I'm going to offer to people who want to play the game, hit me up. I have spots on a Monday slot, and then when my old school essentials game that I'm run on Wednesdays, I moved it, runs its course, then the next game I play for that time slot will be Dragonslayer as well. I went through. It does fast packs, which I think is a modern take, and I've seen people do that over the years, so it's not really new. It's just more fashionable now. You can buy your equipment or just do a fast pack for quick play. That's kind of handy. So that's baked in there. Uh-oh. I hear a little person waking up. I'll probably make this really short before I actually just crack open my PDF. And that's a big complaint. The $80 book. That's really your only stumbling block for a lot of people, is the hardback is $80 and there's no softback cover. Yeah, I see that's a problem too. I would prefer soft cover because I think they're better at the table. And a hardback, a nice hardback set on the shelf is nice, but it's not a must-have. So, for someone who actually collects books, paying $80 for a book is a big deal for me, especially when I've dropped $300 to $400 on a book. Granted, those are first editions, and they're very rare, and this is something I do on the side. So, it is what it is. But I don't get some of the hype on some new games coming out in the hobby. But I don't really poo-poo people for playing them. I mean, that's your gig. Go do what the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. I will make fun of it, and you can make fun of Dragonslayer. You can't make fun of that art, though. It's the best art in the game, and that's one of the reasons the book was $80. Because Jeff Easley put a lot of work in that art, and it's amazing. It is the best black and white line art there is, period, for modern gaming. No one's come close, in my opinion. And that is subjective. I also really like Errol Otis, and I like that really creepy art he did, but he's not doing a lot for a full layout for a game in a long time. Which I'd like to see that too. That'd be super awesome. But yeah, it's a matter of personal preference for the most part. And it really parallels my DMing style, which I really dig. Now I'm going into the particulars here shortly. And on my first session this evening, we're going to do some session 0 stuff about optional rules. But I'm going to focus on just the optional rules in the book and not do my standard house rules. Because I believe the first time you play a game, it should be as close to raw as possible to get the feel for the game as published. And then if you want to start customizing it for your table group, do so. The only complaint I've heard is about the multi-classing, which I am going to do separately, probably here in a little bit. Depending on how my grandson is this morning. He just woke up, of course, as I'm making a video and finishing my coffee. Of course he wakes up, which means he's going to be a hungry little boy with a full diaper. So I need to go take care of that. But you all get to gaming, play the game. Have fun.